Have you ever wondered why the laws of nature exist as they do? Are they simply natural, or could they be considered miraculous? Back in 1748, atheist philosopher David Hume claimed that a miracle is a violation of the laws of nature. Fast forward to 1997, and atheist Richard Lewontin also claimed that to appeal to an omnipotent deity is to allow that at any moment the regularities of nature may be ruptured, that miracles may happen. Their statements underscore their belief that the laws of nature are somehow to be considered completely natural, not miraculous. In fact, a popular argument among atheists, often referred to as the God of the Gaps, also rests on the assumption that the laws of nature are natural, not miraculous. However, atheists simply have no realistic clue as to why the laws of nature exist as they do. Physicist Paul Davies puts the irresolvable dilemma for atheists like this: physical processes, however violent or complex, are thought to have absolutely no effect on the laws. There is thus a curious asymmetry. Physical processes depend on laws, but the laws do not depend on physical processes. Although this statement cannot be proved, it is widely accepted. Saying that laws do not depend on physical processes is another way of saying that laws cannot be explained by physical processes. Davies extended his argument and stated, "All science proceeds on the assumption that nature is ordered in a rational and intelligible way. You couldn't be a scientist if you thought the universe was a meaningless jumble of odds and ends haphazardly juxtaposed." Over the years, I have often asked my physicist colleagues why the laws of physics are what they are. The answers vary from, "That's not a scientific question," to "Nobody knows." The favorite reply is, "There is no reason they are what they are, they just are." The idea that the laws exist reasonlessly is deeply anti-rational. After all, the very essence of a scientific explanation of some phenomenon is that the world is ordered logically, and that there are reasons things are as they are. If one traces these reasons all the way down to the bedrock of reality, the laws of physics, only to find that reason then deserts us, it makes a mockery of science. So, if the laws of nature cannot be explained by physical processes, what then could be their origin? This is the enigma of the laws of nature, a riddle that continues to puzzle scientists and philosophers alike. As we delve deeper into this mystery, we'll explore other perspectives and consider whether the laws of nature could indeed be considered miraculous. Atheists obviously have a very different perspective on the laws of nature than atheists do. They view these laws not as mere natural phenomena, but as the intricate design of a divine lawgiver. In fact, this belief in a divine lawgiver drove the Christian founders of modern science to explore and discover the laws that govern our universe in the first place. It was, and still is, a journey of understanding the divine mind of God through the natural. As Kepler stated shortly after discovering the laws of planetary motion, "O Almighty God, I am thinking thy thoughts after thee." Let's take a look at Alfred North Whitehead's view, as summarized by John Lennox, a noted Christian apologist. Whitehead observed that men became scientific precisely because they expected law in nature, and they had this expectation because they believed in a lawgiver. The belief in a divine order, in a structured universe, is in fact what gave birth to modern science. Now consider the illustrious list of scientists who were also believers in God: Galileo, Kepler, Newton, and Clerk Maxwell, to name a few. Their belief in a divine order didn't hinder their scientific inquiry. On the contrary, it fueled their curiosity and determination to discover and unravel the laws of nature. These great minds saw the laws of nature as more than just what is. They viewed them as a reflection of who is, the divine lawgiver. They saw the universe not as a chaotic jumble of random happenings, but as a beautifully ordered system, a miracle in its own right. So, for these scientists, the laws of nature were not just natural, but a miracle that reflected a divine order. The fine-tuning of the laws of nature further argues for the miraculous nature of these laws. Perhaps one of the most compelling examples of this fine-tuning is the cosmological constant. This constant is so delicately balanced, its precision is akin to a billion pencils simultaneously positioned upright on their sharpened points on a smooth glass surface. A feat that seems impossible, right? Yet this is the reality of our universe as illustrated by Hugh Ross. This cosmic balance, or the cosmological constant, is tuned to a staggering 1 part in 10 to the power of 120. If this balance were to shift even slightly, the consequences for our universe would be catastrophic. In 2002, 3 atheist scholars, Dyson, Kleben, and Susskind published a paper titled Disturbing Implications of a Cosmological Constant. In it, they stated, arranging the universe as we think it is arranged would have required a miracle. However, uncomfortable with this conclusion of a miracle, in the paper they attempted to deny the existence of a true cosmological constant. Yet, the evidence for the cosmological constant became overwhelming, so much so that they eventually withdrew their paper from consideration. This episode serves to highlight the remarkable fine-tuning of our universe and the miraculous nature of the laws that govern it. So thus, in conclusion, atheists, in their long history of arguments against Christians, have often presupposed that the laws of nature are somehow to be considered completely natural, with no need of God to explain their existence, and also presupposed that miracles would somehow violate those supposedly natural laws. Yet, the truth of the matter is that the laws of nature are themselves to be considered, by all rights, miraculous in their own right. And miracles would therefore obviously not be strictly forbidden in such a universe where the laws themselves are considered miraculous. In short, the atheist's God of the gaps argument collapses in on itself.